Hi, this is Cindy with Quantum Kaleidoscope. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to December. I'm going to do a reading now for fire signs. So this could resonate if you are Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. However, since we're all made up of all elements, it may resonate even if you're not, because, well, never know. Anyways, so welcome to December. It's definitely came with a vengeance today in terms of quite a lot of snow. And after not really having any recently. So, winter is approaching. Anyways, okay, so I am going to start with Moonology Oracle cards because I am doing this on the 1st of December, but ultimately, again, it is timeless whenever you're kind of like drawn to kind of watch this. But here we are watching this today. Yesterday we did have a full moon eclipse in Gemini. So as a fire sign, depending, like it could really be affecting, your 3rd house, your 7th house, or I believe your 11th house. So probably your 3rd house if you're an Aries, 7th house if you're a Sagittarius, and the 11th house if you're a Leo. Okay, but there could be a combination of all of that, and what that means is that there's potentially, okay, so full moon energies generally can impact us for 2 weeks or so, and but this is an eclipse, so not only can this energy affect the whole month, it is part of a larger cycle that has been happening on the Gemini Sagittarius axis. So I believe we do have a solar eclipse in Sagittarius, okay? So that can really affect you personally, if you are a sun sign Sagittarius. But I mean, even if you're can affect you in a multitude of different ways. But basically what we have here is kind of a play between, community, technology, expansion, as well as like true love. So, I mean, in a lot of cases, this can be, okay, like, you could be having a lot of themes, whether throughout the month or, within this whole cycle about, kind of like the me versus the we, but also it's like, what is true? Like, what is true from my heart? Like, how do I want to communicate? How do I want to get involved with the community, okay? But as well as getting that aspect of the 11th house, that technology, the Aquarius, the mad scientist, okay? With the 7th house energy, which is that true love, anyways, we'll see how that plays out. Like, I mean, we do have full moon in Sagittarius here, just on the bottom of the deck. So this is about looking at the bigger picture. And so if it's about the eclipse too, right? Like, I mean, eclipses can eclipse things in and out of our life rather quickly and suddenly, but when we look at the bigger perspective, when we zoom out, like you can kind of see what these patterns are, or like what has been happening. Anyways, I don't know if that, hopefully I made sense. I just kind of rambled for a bit. Anyway, so I am going to pull kind of like 3, kind of like a past, present, future in terms of like how this eclipse energy potentially has been playing out for you. Again, it is a full moon. It was a full moon, so with Gemini, so I mean this can be a culmination of what has been taking place in Gemini season. So, late May, June kind of thing. Am I right? Yeah. So you could be seeing like kind of a culmination of what you've been working on those last 6 months, but it can also be on a larger perspective in the last, year and a half or whatever. I can't exactly remember when the eclipse series happened, maybe a year ago. Anyways, so if you're Sagittarius, look out for that solar eclipse in mid-month. It can potentially be illuminating. Okay. So fantastic. So I did mention in the collective reading that I am going to do a little contest for December to, encourage you guys to subscribe a little bit or comment. Anyways, but I will talk about that, at the end of the video. Okay, hopefully I remember to do that. And I don't have to edit and add it on. Anyways, if you're still listening, what can we help? Okay, what messages do we have today for fire signs to help them through the month of December? Okay, what can we tell them about how this eclipse energy has potentially been impacting them, and what can we know moving forward? Okay. So, past energy, again, so this could be what's been happening in the last 6 months or maybe a longer period, since this whole cycle has been happening. Okay, so this is a new moon in Aries. Okay, so could be since the new moon in Aries, okay, which was, just a little bit before Gemini season, okay, but it says it's time to take action. So there could be something that you took action about in the past, okay, that is really impacting you right now. I know it kind of seems like I'm saying the obvious, but okay, we'll see how that goes. Okay, you right now, or throughout the month of December maybe, okay, is we have full moon in Aquarius. Okay, so that could be significant to you. But this does say, what does it say again? Show the world the real you. Okay, so I mean, like, what kind of action did you take in the past? Okay, that you moved forward with. Okay, some kind of plan, some kind of action that you may not have told anybody, or it's like now, like, it is really about showing that side of you, showing the real you. Okay, the Aquarius here is, like, again, Aquarius is about, like, innovation and, social enterprise and technology, and again, like that mad Doc Brown kind of scientist, right? And it's innovation. So it is really like, what have you been creating? Like, and also, like, I was trying to say with, like, the Doc Brown, right? Like, Doc Brown from, Back to the Future. He doesn't care what anyone thinks about him. He is too busy, like, traveling the galaxy, traveling, like, different times, and, like, he doesn't have to worry about if people think he's a crackpot or something like that. So it's time to show the world the real you, because you've been taking action, okay? You've been putting the hard work into something, okay? So enjoy it, and then where this is kind of taking you is be bold and make the first move, cardinal moon, okay? So, so I mean, okay, so elements, right? So we have fire signs, earth signs, water signs, and so forth. I don't remember which one I just missed saying, okay? But within those, okay, there are cardinal signs, mutable signs, and what's the other one? I can't remember it offhand. But cardinal signs are the ones that, they start the season. Okay, so this could mean, for example, at the start of winter, right, which is the start of Capricorn season, there could be something that, like, really, like from you being bold, or there might be some kind of opportunity that requires you to be bold, you know. But like cardinal signs, okay, again, they start all the seasons, okay, you know, so they're Aries and Capricorn and I don't know, Cancer probably, you know, and I don't remember all by heart, you know. Libra maybe is Virgo. No, it probably wouldn't make sense. Anyways, I'm a cardinal sign, so pay attention to that. You know, so there's a lot of like, you need the like action, you know? So, I mean, this is all about being bold, showing your truth, you know, taking action. So what have you been working on? Like, what have you been doing potentially behind the scenes? Okay, and like, on the bottom of the deck, we have the North Node, okay? You know, so step out of your comfort zone. So, I mean, like, in this deck, okay, you could think of, like, the new moons and the full moons and things like that as the, you know, kind of like the equivalent of the minor arcana kind of thing. Not quite, I'm just going to give that thing. But then you have the things like the cardinal moon, okay? You have the things like the eclipse energy, and then you have the things like the North Node, okay? Which are bigger, you know, again, like bigger importance, I suppose, like to your overall journey. Okay, so there is probably something. Okay, and so like, I mean, this can just be literal, like, you know, again, step out of your comfort zone, and or like you have been doing this, you've been taking the steps to do so, right? You know, but this also could be about like, you know, really following your North Node. Okay, so I mean, North Node is about like, okay, your South Node is kind of like your karma, your past life, you know, and it's like things that you've been, you know, like that has been very comfortable for you, you know, because you've, you know, done it before. Okay, but with your North Node, that is like going towards, like, I mean, if you start, I encourage you to look up your North Node if you don't know it, okay? You know, like, or, so for example, my North Node is Taurus, and, you know, so that is like, Taurus is the Empress, Taurus is that Venus energy, Taurus is that like life of luxury, that like life of abundance, okay? Being secure, you know, that home and family life and things like that, right? You know, and like kind of accepting like that abundance, you know, making your, you know, and so it's like, versus Scorpio would be the South Node, so being a little bit more, you know, secretive and, you know, internal, and, you know, all that's, you know, death and rebirth kind of like energy, right? And so like, and then also in that sense too, it's like almost can be moving from that mindset of like that lack mentality maybe, you know, like, I mean, with Scorpio, you can get really dark down into your like depths of your soul, and if you're not careful, you can get stuck down there, you know. But I mean, Scorpios are really good at this. Like, I mean, they know how to transform that energy, okay, you know. But I mean, like, if you're, you might find if you look in your South Node and go into your North Node, like, it's like, okay, moving, okay, for me, maybe from that lack mentality into that place of abundance and, you know, law of attraction and queen of all the queens type of thing, right? But it requires stepping out of the comfort zone, you know, knowing that, you know, yes, you know, like, I deserve this abundance, for example, kind of thing. So I do encourage you to look into your North Node, because I mean, like, maybe without even knowing it, you have been doing this, okay? And the thing about this is about karmically. This is about like past life, like evolution kind of thing, you know, and like going towards what your soul set out to do before you came onto this earth, basically. I don't know what you think about that, but yeah. Either way, on the 3D sense, you know, something you've been, this is what, 2 of Cups. So, I mean, this can be stepping out of your comfort zone about, partnership for sure, kind of thing, like being bold and making that first action, like, taking that first step, but if it is about a relationship with the whole North Node too, like, I mean, this can be like a very, like, divine guided connection of some sort or partnership or whatever this is relating to you, like whatever you've been working on, whatever you've been taking the steps towards. It's almost like your soul signed up for this before you stepped into it. So it's like we have the King of Cups here too, underneath the deck. So I mean, this can be about a water sign, but it is about mastering emotions as well. Maybe some of you do have a North Node that is, like, I don't know which North Node that would be technically. Like, I would have to think about it. To be like, learning to like follow your emotions. Like, I don't know, maybe you'd have to have a Cancer North Node. I don't know. Okay. It's always important to know what house it is as well, because my North Node is in my first house. So there, first is a North Node in whatever other house. Anyways, topic for another day. If you're still with me, I am gonna do a spread. Okay, what kind of messages do we have for those who have been drawn to watch this video? What can help them throughout December? Okay, what can help fire signs? So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay, I'm just gonna cut that down. Okay. So underneath is the world. Okay, so if you haven't watched the collective reading, I would encourage checking that one out because that was the challenge. So maybe fire signs, might be like, maybe it's not really a challenge for you. It's like you've already been doing the process of wrapping up your cycles, and like it's now you're like showing the world like how you evolved, Okay. Anyways, so that's kind of maybe what's been going on, but like there's a huge new cycle that is ending. Okay. So you in the situation or the present. Okay, what do we have here? Okay, it's the Seven of Pentacles. So maybe because you've been wrapping up some kind of new cycle, like now it's about assessing. The Seven of Pentacles can be about, okay, like it's earth energy. Okay, so it is things that are tangible, things that we can hold and touch and see and smell kind of thing, right? And in this case, like, I mean, looking at the image here, like, it's kind of like that, Black Swan and prima madonna, like, ballerina kind of thing. And, like, it's kind of like, in this case, she's, like, looking at, do I want to still continue? Like, I think she's potentially injured, and it's like, do I, go back and restart, or is it time to, plant my seeds elsewhere? At the same time, this is about starting to see your harvest, like things starting to bloom for, what you've been working on. Okay. Okay, and so the challenge, Nine of Swords. So you're stressing about something. Like maybe it's about this first move or like, showing the world the real you. But I mean, never stress about that in the sense of that the right people are going to follow. The right people are going to stay around. The right people are going to love you no matter what. Like, and especially because you are you. Okay, so I don't know what you're stressing about, but this is about, like, I mean, definitely it's some kind of choice, but this is like sleepless nights, like it can be a lot of like anxiety on the extreme, but on the, on the other side, it can be just, really thinking over and over again about, this ending or what you're going to do to, how you make that first action or how you show yourself to the world kind of thing. Okay, and so the past that's like influencing right now, okay, is the Six of Wands. Okay, so recently you did have some kind of success. Okay, you triumphed over some kind of conflict, like with others, like, people bickering or difference of opinions. This is about coming home triumphantly, and so you have had some recent success and recognition, okay, that is influencing you right now. But the thing about the Six of Wands is that, like, you can't just rest on your laurels kind of thing. Let's see if I can not get this not in the glare. It's like the battle continues. There's still more work to be done. So maybe, there has been something that you have had some success with, and then now there's an assessment about, okay, do I continue? Do I not? Does this have the possibility about really, making me fully successful? If that makes sense. Okay. So what's on your mind? It's the Tower. Okay. So the Tower is a major arcana. The World is a major arcana. Okay, so these mean that these are significant changes that are going to impact you for the long term, like the long term. And so that something needs to be adjusted, at bare minimum, or something needs to, like, keeping in mind with the Moonology cards, right? Like, you may know, or at least, like, you might be getting some, like, spiritual downloads, from your higher self, or whatever the case is that if it doesn't need to be adjusted, something needs to be adjusted, then it's like, it can be, well, like making, like, to end something, like end this stress, end this cycle, get your experience points and move on kind of thing. And then with that process, it means something needs to be brought down. But at the same time, like, this is also knowing that, like, again, if this is about showing the world the real you and being bold, like, maybe something is really shocking, and it's going to be shocking to somebody, whether good or bad, it's all a perspective kind of thing, but regardless, this tower, like, maybe a tower moment's coming. And so the thing is that, okay, towers are about things that were, like, A, this is like divine intervention, and B, this is like, something that was built, like, almost like a castle, or something built on sand. It didn't have the foundations in order to grow. Okay, so maybe that this tower moment is coming. And so the thing is that we can't avoid tower moments. Like, this is, again, divine intervention. This is, the universe or whatever being like, okay, enough of this. Okay, end this. Stop addressing, take the steps, show the world the real you, or we're gonna do it for you. So you can, like, lessen the load of the tower sometimes by, again, speaking your truth, or whatever that might mean. Okay, and subconsciously, okay, we have the Five of Wands. So this is about conflict. This can be about hurt words. This can be people on different page. Like, again, Five of Wands, Six of Wands. Okay, we've had Six of Wands in the past. but now the Five of Wands now. So, I mean, like, do you feel that you had some kind of success in the past, but now you're conflicted about it? Like, maybe there's some kind of change that needs to happen, you know, some kind of, like, again, something that would really, like, we have change on, like, an inspirational sense, change within, like, a group setting, change within projects, you know, and then we have change, you know, so what does that mean to you? Okay. And so where we're heading to the future, like moving forward throughout December or leading in general, okay, is the Page of Swords. So this can be, you know, potentially bad news. Like, I mean, are you stressing because there's something that you need to end, but you know, like, you know it needs to be done? And so the Page of Swords communicates. The Page of Swords takes risks in terms of their communication in order to bring what they believe is right and what they believe is truthful, you know? It's kind of like, this is me, whatever. Okay, it is a page on energy, so it can be like maybe immature in communication, for example. But regardless, okay, if this is news coming into you, like it can be, if this is bad news, it's like, you know, this is coming. However, if it is bad news, it's not, like, in the grand scheme of things, like, it is not. Like, this is, you know, with the World and the Tower, okay, these things are meant to happen, whatever you know that needs to be done. Okay, so if you receive some bad news, know that it is leading you to something better. Okay, now this can also be about gaining more information, you know, researching. Like, maybe you got to find more information in order to really be able to step out in your comfort zone. So maybe what was the word I was going to say? Sorry, I was pretty sure I was just being called, so I kind of got, like, distracted there. Page of Swords can definitely get distracted. Anyways, so you might need to have find more information or communicate something. But again, they have just, you know, gone through some kind of ending, you know, and it's now like they are not afraid to speak their truth. Okay, to show the world the, you know, the real them, scars and all. Okay, you can kind of see she has, like, these marking on her face, but she's also, like, open, and it's like, here, this is me, like it or not, this is who I am, you know, and I'm going to communicate my truth because I know it's the right thing. Okay, so what kind of takeaway message can we provide fire signs for December? We got 3 cards. So we got the King of Cups, so that came in earlier. Okay, we got this too. What is this? 7 of Pentacles. I guess that went and made its way back into the deck. I didn't know it did. But it can be like adding emotions to this decision. Okay, the King of Cups follows his emotions. He may not always express his emotions freely. You know, he might block his heart, like expressing his heart, but he knows what his heart says, you know, again, regardless of gender, because he is the master of love, master of emotions, you know. Okay, and so we have 5 of Wands. Okay, so I guess I put some card, I didn't put all the cards back in, but I guess I put some of the cards back in, and oh my goodness. Okay, so what popped? So with the Tower again. So there's something that you need to end, you know, okay, with this Five of Wands, like again, in this conflict, this like change, okay, but follow your heart, like whatever it is guiding you to do, okay, like, I'm gonna get you, okay, these just fell apart, fell down. I was gonna get, oh man, there's too many. I was gonna get you. So we have Three of Wands, Queen of Swords, Eight of Wands, Death, and Strength. Okay, so this is about, like, you need to communicate something, I believe. You know, does that sound accurate to you? Okay, because we have the Strength, we have Death, so I mean transformation, you know, like on an evolutionary sense. Okay, Eight of Wands can be about fast movement, you know, like transportation kind of thing, like messages going back and forth, you know, passion. Queen of Swords is the truth, okay? She takes no bullshit, okay? Like, she knows what is just, okay? And she can see through the bullshit, for example, okay? And Three of Wands, okay? So this is another, you know, thing about, okay, this can be about a trip, okay, with the World, Three of Wands, Eight of Wands, for example, but the Three of Wands is about, you know, like seeing your ships come in, enterprise, you know, it's like, okay, you already took this, you already had the inspiration, and then you made the decision to walk in that direction, and now you're at the point where it's like, okay, I know that this can lead to something because I see what I have been manifesting coming towards me. But it is still about being bold to make the first move, to show the real world, the real world, show the world the real you, you know? Anyways, sounds fun. Like, ultimately, like, I mean, the one thing of anything else, and we have the King of Swords, you know, on the bottom as well. So, I mean, this does, and the King of Pentacles. So, I mean, like, you know, maybe there's a choice between two people. But, I mean, with the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords, that is a vibrational match. But that it also can be, like, divorcees, for example. So, there might be something where, I don't know. I'm gonna end there. But thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this was helpful. Again, I was gonna say anything with the Tower. At least it's gonna keep things interesting. That's for sure. And it is like resetting the playing board, kind of thing. Anyways, thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe or like if you enjoyed this or if this is helpful. And yeah, so the month of December, I'm going to do a little bit of contest because my goal is I want to get a YouTube customized thing so I don't have youtube.com 8x12 infinity kind of thing, so I can take the Quantum Kaleidoscope name. So I need 100 subscribers. And I know more than 90% of you have not subscribed, so I'm going to do a contest. So every Sunday, I will pick a subscriber. I will draw a subscriber to win a free full reading that can be redeemed anytime starting in 2021. Okay, it can also be given as a gift or whatever the case is. This is the best time to try to get a free reading because so far there's not too many subscribers. You do need to have your YouTube account public, otherwise I'm not going to see that you subscribed. You are also welcome to make a comment. If you make a comment, you get a bonus ticket. Okay, and it's a way that if you don't have a public account, at least I can see who you are, kind of thing. Okay, so hopefully that sounds interesting. If you don't know that I'm on Facebook, feel free to follow Quantum Kaleidoscope there. Okay, thank you so much. Have a lovely December. I didn't even talk anything about the Great Conjunction or anything like that, but I'll do another reading for that. Anyways, love you lots. Have a great day.